As silent as the middle of the night until CBS came along and made it happen.
CBS News correspondent Catherine Herridge helped bring his story to the Pentagon's attention. Researchers have found a new statue believed to have been part of a series in eastern Polynesia. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
More than 1,000 Moai statues have been discovered on Easter Island in the Pacific, and scientists thought there were no more. But a new and smaller Moai was just found in a dried-up lake. Janet Van Tilburg told 60 Minutes no two are alike.
They're different in the line of their mouth. They're different in, of course, their size and shape.
This one was found laying on its side.
The Dow's up 154 points. This is CBS News.
The Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
All night.
Really didn't.
Good morning, everybody.
Johnny B.
Barely here. Here barely.
Glad you made it, Johnny
I
B.
came in hot, guys.
Yes,
I
you
came
did.
in hot. I'm confessing right now and asking forgiveness for breaking the laws of the land.
Skid marks down Church Street there, stopping, trying to pull in the lot.
I mean, I woke up, I turned over in my bed in Sparta, Tennessee, and it was 7:30. In Sparta, in bed at 7:30, and I'm here. So don't ask me how fast I drove.
I won't. Man. But your tires were smoking on your little SUV when you pulled into the parking lot.
You saw them, didn't you? I didn't even have time to research and or write new jokes. So we'll just have to go with some old ones.
I hear the clapping out in radio land as we speak.
Well, don't clap too soon. I just have to go with some old ones I've done before. Some repeats.
Hey, you know, I told you we got something special to do this morning.
That's right. Let's do it first right off.
Yeah, okay. Nate, hope all your little kitties are ready.
Is it Cooper?
Cooper. It is his birthday today.
All right.
Little Cooper.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cooper.
He's a cool little fella.
And don't be a little pooper. That's right. Today. Happy birthday to you.
Coop, hope you have a great day, buddy. And they had all their instruments laid out. They're going to play
day.
along with us today.
How old is Cooper?
Yeah.
Did you get the age?
Nate texted me, babe. You never did shoot me how old he was. But he is the son of Ashley and John Scott Hip.
Good.
And just a great family. Ashley grew up with my daughters, her and her sister, cool. Brittany, BB.
Well, you know, we
great,
had
great memories.
We had a request last week, Mick. What was it?
Yeah, to do all Western theme songs from shows.
Right. So I got a bunch, so we're going to get started.
Uh-oh, here we go. He is da-da-da-da.
So
He is 4 today.
4?
Yes.
4.
All right.
So it's possible he could still be a little pooper.
Now, all them little kids are going to run around all day long. Pooper, Cooper,
Pooper.
I'm 74 and I'm a big pooper.
Well, just to be in the genre, but sticking with the tradition of an original song, let's do at least some of this song of mine in honor of Truman Jones.
All right, yeah.
Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun Slim. You could find him down at the courthouse, just sweeping up for change. No one cared about him, and no one knew his name. We all just called him Six Gun, a bum down on his luck. No one cared where he came from or why that nickname stuck. His lanky frame was withered, he was beaten down with age. But there was something in his stride that spoke of better days. Folks would jeer and taunt him, but Six Gun paid no mind. His sly old grin was from a different place, a different time. Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun's been. Then one Sunday morning, 3 outlaws came to town. We were dreaming peaceful dreams, all snug and nestled down. But Six Gun, he was a-watching, and he sounded the alarm. While we were sleeping, no one knew that he was standing guard. By the time we all had gathered, we just knew it was too late. Our marshal was away from town, and no one would take his place. While we were wondering what to do and busy just wringing our hands, Six Gun stepped out in the street to face that outlaw band. He said, "This is your last chance to leave this town alive." 'Twas then that we all noticed a gun hung at his side. The outlaws stood there waiting. We thought they'd surely draw, but they were staring in his eyes. What was it that they saw? Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun's been. And then I saw on Six Gun's face a grin I'd seen before. But he was standing tall and straight, he was beaten down no more. It seemed the outlaws recognized this tall and fearless man, and that they knew he held their lives right there in his hand.
Six.
Then the outlaws, they rode away.
They love you, Johnny.
As quickly as they'd come. And Six Gun went back to doing just what he'd always done. We all still called him Six Gun, but it was not the same. We added honor to the words and Mr. to his name. Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where Mr. Six Gun's been. That's really irritating.
There you go.
What do I get?
That's what y'all wanted.
Is that Cooper?
That's Cooper
Hey,
playing the
Cooper.
drums,
Cooper
man.
playing drums.
Hey, you know, phones come with this thing that's like do not disturb or an
they
off
do a
button
little-
or
they do a little
silence.
vibrate?
Vibrate,
Yeah,
yeah.
Will you show me how?
Yeah, that's the next thing.
Will you show me how?
It's part of, you know,
I'm technically challenged.
in a bizarre kind of way, it's part of Mickey's charm, or lack thereof.
Look at Coop, man, playing the drums.
Ask
Attaboy.
Cooper if he knows why the cowboy wanted to buy a dachshund.
Cooper, you know why the cowboy wanted to buy a Datsun?
We'll tell him here in just a minute. I bet he'll come up with it. All right, guys, 1959 to 1962, one of the most successful Western TV series of all time. I think only behind in terms of longevity, I believe, Bonanza and, of course, the number one, Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, 20 years, Bonanza, 14 years, Cheyenne, over 7 years. And I think that's pretty much the longest next to Bonanza. And we know that Clint Walker played Cheyenne Bodie. And, you know, they would find ways on the series for him occasionally to sing because he was a great singer. And they would always find ways for him to be up here with his shirt off.
Take his
You
shirt
remember
off.
that, with his shirt off? Because
Like-
he was amazing.
Like Robert Conrad. Remember that guy in
Out of the West, Wild West.
Yeah, the spy thing.
Yeah. But he was not the physique
No,
specimen
man.
Clint Walker was.
What was his major role? I remember him doing his own show too, didn't he?
And what?
Clay Walker, didn't he have his own show?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
He was Cheyenne Bodie.
Yeah, but I'm thinking he was something else.
He was
too.
in the Dirty Dozen. You remember that?
Maybe that's what I'm. See,
Night
I
of-
remember it more than I do the Cheyenne
The
one.
Night of the Grizzly. I think he was in that one.
Yeah.
He was a big fella.
1955 through 1962. And this is also, it set a record. It was not only the first hour-long, don't you have Cheyenne up there? Did
What?
you not give him his?
I got Ghost Riders.
Ghost Riders. is
We're
what I
gonna we're gonna skip over that for right now.
Okay.
You don't have Cheyenne?
You got Cheyenne, David?
No, well, I'm a looking.
What the heck happened? I ran this.
That's why this is live, folks.
Is it on the back of these things? Is that copy on the back?
Cheyenne's on the back of Six
Yeah.
Gun Slim.
I didn't
David?
check that it was.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
okay.
Okay.
But this was on
Wait a
ABC.
minute, I got Wired Herb.
It's on the back.
that was a
of
good one,
6 Gun
too.
Slim.
Wait a minute. Okay, just a second. Hi, John. Talk a little
Johnny
more,
B, I
John.
think this is the shortest set of words you've ever given us.
Not
There
long,
it
son.
is.
Hey,
There it
very few of these Western theme songs were long. That's part of it. They had to get them in.
Maybe that's why they never used none of Marty Robbins' songs
That's
for theme
right.
songs. That would be half the movie.
But this was the first hour-long Western ever, but it was also, believe it or not, the first hour-long TV series drama ever. The first ever hour-long with Cheyenne.
You mean we had drama back in the 50s?
Yeah. If it wasn't comedy, it was drama. There's only two categories. Cheyenne, Cheyenne, where will you be lapping tonight? Lonely man, Cheyenne, will your heart stay free and light? Dream, Cheyenne, of a girl you may never love. Move along, Cheyenne, like the restless cloud up above. The wind that blows, that comes and goes, has been your only home. But will the wild will one day see, and you'll no longer roam. Move along, Cheyenne, the next pasture's always so green. Drifting on, Cheyenne, don't forget the things you have seen. And when you settle down, where will it be? Cheyenne. The wind that blows, that comes and goes, has been your only home. But will the wild will one day see, and you'll no longer roam. Move along, Cheyenne. The next pasture's always so green. Drifting on, Cheyenne. Don't forget the things you have seen. And when you settle down, where will it be? Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
Well, that one line hit the nail on the head. The wind that blows.
Comes and goes.
Hopefully it don't get bad today, folks.
Well, Cheyenne, the character just roamed. He was a roamer.
A
He didn't
roamer.
have a real home. He just roamed, making things right.
Well, you know what? That happened a
Which
lot
is- well, it
back
did.
in the Old West days.
Well, think about one we're going to sing here, Lord willing, a little later. Have Gun Will Travel, Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
A gun for hire, but never for a bad cause.
No,
Roaming always had to be a good cause.
he was a paladin.
And
He was a knight.
one we won't sing because it had no words to the theme song, but Steve McQueen, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one, a roamer, bounty hunter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But another roamer doing good, Johnny Yuma, the rebel.
Oh, yes.
And another one will do, Bronco, Lane of Bronco,
That's cousin.
roaming the countryside. And Sugarfoot.
Oh yeah.
But if you think about it, though, according to all the movies I've seen, these leadsmen or ranchers would go into these towns with nobody, and they would hire people to herd up their cattle and cows and take them from town to town. So those cowboys, they slept under trees or,
Yeah,
you know, they didn't have no home.
Has Cooper answered why the cowboy wanted to buy a dachshund?
You didn't hear my thing go, beep, beep,
No,
did
I
you?
didn't. Well, Cooper will give you a hint. It's because he wanted to get a long little doggy.
That's yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to do this whole thing, but you just got to know that
Which one?
Which one are you doing now? You got us all messed up.
Ghost Riders in the
Yeah.
Sky.
Oh,
you
go
have
back to that one. Okay.
Y'all, if y'all keep them in the same order and just turn them over. See?
That's Paladin.
I didn't set that thing to copy on both sides. Brian did that.
Oh, blame it on Brian. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah,
I
blame
printed
it.
over here every Friday and it never did it.
Well, at least they're nice enough to let you use their copy machine.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you.
The reason,
That's yours or mine?
the man who wrote Cheyenne was a legend. His name was Stan Jones. How about that great? What's the best Western of all time, movie-wise? The best Western movie of all time, hands down. I'm not even going to hear debate on it.
Okay, just tell us.
The Searchers. Absolutely.
Pretty good.
And who wrote the theme song to The Searchers? Stan Jones. And who wrote the #1 Western song of all time, according to the Western Writers Association? Stan Jones.
Was John Wayne in The Searchers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might have to agree with you then.
As
'cause
Ethan.
John Wayne was Western.
Well, the search you got. If you haven't seen The Searchers, you've got.
Oh,
to
I'm
watch
sure
it.
I have. I don't remember him as
But
good
that
as you and Ava
close-up
do.
of him when John Ford brings that camera, just nothing but his face and the look on it, man.
That look goes. Oh,
And you know what? I've counted at least 5 times in the movie. He says this. That'll be the day.
Okay.
all right. Yeah.
No cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Up on a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged sky and up the cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo, ghost herd in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hoofs were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, as he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo, ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught 'em yet. 'Cause they gotta ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo, ghost riders in the sky. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. Vicky,
What?
Hey, you. Hey.
if you want to save your soul from hell, riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, of trying to catch the devil's herd up on these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo, ghost riders in the sky. Ghost the sky.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Stan Jones
I like that.
died only in his either late 40s or early 50s. God rest him, but what a songwriter. Also was an actor in westerns. And incredible guy. You got to look him up. He was incredible. Are we having to take a short break now, Brian?
Speaking of an incredible.
Yeah, isn't Brian incredible?
Brian's incredible.
Yes, he is.
So, folks, we, Lord willing, will be right back. And thanks to all you dear, wonderful WGNS loyal listeners. And thanks for whoever made this request. I'm excited about it today.
It's a good time, ain't it, Johnny B?
When you have fire, water, or storm damage, Farrah Construction can help. Farrah Construction is also there to help when a car slams through the wall. Call Farrah Construction and we'll board up, put down tarps, secure your home or business until the insurance coverage is approved. Call Farrah Construction at 615-893-6120. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
French's Shoes and Boots, your hometown store for boots, shoes, apparel, and more, is family-owned, and you'll always find friendly service with the lowest prices on the best brands. We know there's nothing worse than a boot that doesn't fit right, so come see us on South Church Street to get a great fitting on high-quality footwear. We've been outfitting Tennessee since 1903.
It makes good sense to shop at French's. French's Shoes and Boots.
1837 South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
We're at Adams Place talking with John Hood. What advice do you have for someone considering a move?
Well, I would encourage them to check out Adams Place. Come and personally see the facilities, talk to the personnel, and get a true feel of Adams Place.
I'm Terry Deal, Rutherford County's premier retirement community with all 5 levels of care. Call me for more information about Adams Place, located at 1927 Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day. Now it's time for WGNS Good Neighbor Events as we encourage you to shop local. You've played Clue before. Now you can see it on stage at the Murfreesboro Center for the Arts. Clue, March 10th through the 26th at the Center for the Arts in Uptown Murfreesboro. Oh, the 12th annual Paws and Pearls to benefit the Beasley Animal Foundation will be Saturday night, March 18th at 6 o'clock over at the Copper Ridge event venue on Betty Ford Road. That's March the 18th. Don't miss the 12th annual Special Kids Race, Saturday morning, March the 11th at 7 o'clock at the Murfreesboro Medical Clinic over on Garrison Drive. Thank you, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, for all that you do for this community. A free farewell concert by concertmaster Stefan Petruski is this Saturday afternoon at 4 at Murfreesboro's First Presbyterian Church. That's 4 o'clock this Saturday. And if you're looking for a gun safe, no sales tax in Tennessee on gun safes now through August. And those are WGNS Good Neighbor Events.
Good Neighbor weather.
A high wind warning continues. Areas of showers and storms, some strong. High near 70. Tonight, cloudy, low near 40. I'm meteorologist Laura Lockwood on News Radio WGNS. Right now, 68.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. Take control of your account management and energy consumption with the MyMTE app. Download from the App Store and manage your account, improve your energy habits, and more. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
I forgot to introduce him earlier, and officially Mickey Gannon. Mickey, now you're a week past your birthday, right?
Yes, sir.
How you feeling?
Feeling great.
All right. Any
We had
gigs?
a great birthday bash. Of course, me and T. Tommy, my long-time keyboard player, share the same birthday. So we had a birthday bash in Manchester this past Saturday night at the Country Junction. Had a large time.
And y'all are willing to share. You're willing to share your birthday, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's great.
I'm 66. I'm proud to be here, man. After last year, dude, I'll take any year. Trust me. Me and the wife both. But it was a great time.
Well, you know, the first thing cowboys learn about filling their canteen is what?
Where to fill it?
Yeah. Where is that?
Up the stream.
Upstream of the herd. Always upstream of the herd.
Let's hope so.
That's the rule.
You might get a little surprised.
Yeah, you just remember that.
And it ain't a Tootsie Roll.
Now, I've not done this.
or a baby Ruth.
I've never done this theme song before. This is the first time. I mean, I've never even sung. I didn't even sing it all the way through last night. I just listened enough to learn it, I think.
Did you notice one thing about it, about this theme song, though, that is not like any other theme song of a show?
What?
There's no instruments playing.
Really?
Right. It's all
a cappella.
All a cappella. Those guys.
Oh, Lord.
And they do the incidental music in the background. They go, oh.
You know what? You're right. Now that I think of it, now I'm going to look up who that group was.
I can't think of who.
You mean like Barney Fife? A cappella.
I tell you, hey, get this. On Cheyenne, the group that sang the theme song, Cheyenne, was called the Mellow Men.
The Mellow Men.
I'd never heard of it. But there is on YouTube a version by Stan Jones himself. It's called by Stan Jones and the Deputies, of him singing Cheyenne. And it's incredible.
Was there a mushroom involved?
I don't know. So I've never done. But Wyatt Earp, this was on ABC. I tell you, ABC was the network for westerns. Incredible, back in the day. 1955 through 61, had a 6-year run. So it debuted 4 days before Gunsmoke did. 4 days before Gunsmoke. Now, who played Wyatt Earp in the TV series?
Well, Hugh O'Brien.
Hugh O'Brien, that's right.
Yeah, but there's been so many of this show done. There's lots of people that's played Wyatt Earp.
But not in the Wyatt Earp TV series, Mick. We're doing Western TV themes.
I'm sorry.
Golly.
I can't,
you're trying to rain on my parade.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that, I mean, there was even a Wyatt Earp on an Andy Griffin show one time. Remember that?
Yeah, that was so. That guy was so weird.
Well, what's interesting about it too, we're going to get to this, Lord willing, is the theme song to Bronco. Bronco Lane would roam the West, a Confederate veteran, and he would meet real-life historical characters like Wyatt Earp, Billy the Kid, Wild Bill Hickok, even Teddy Roosevelt. That's how they made that theme to that show, of him meeting all these famous historical characters. And Wyatt Earp was one of them on one episode. So let's try it. Is this important, Mickey?
Big Mike says, hey from the lake.
Hey to Mike.
And Michael Turner, brother, speedy recovery, man. Wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Listening to us from the hospital, guys. How about that?
As Avent says,
what's that?
Now, the writer of this was Herman Stein, who wrote the theme song to Gunsmoke. Who remembers Lost in Space?
Oh, yeah. I watched it.
He wrote the theme song to that, and he wrote the theme song to Daniel Boone. And I can almost remember that one. Daniel Boone was a man. Yes, a big man. Yeah.
Bill Ashmore, morning, brother.
Well, we're going to try this. As Avent says, just trot it on out.
Trot it on out. That's what we do every
as
Friday.
I always say, Mickey, the worst in life you can ever do is fail miserably.
Well, you know what they say in the music business?
What?
When in doubt, fade out.
Well, unfortunately,
we can't.
I've got to violate that cardinal rule. I think what David told me was when in doubt, lay out. I thought that's what you said.
Same thing. Fade out, lay out. Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. Dadgum. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. I'll tell you a story, a real true life story, a tale of the western frontier. The West, it was lawless, but one man was flawless, and this is his story you'll hear. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. When he came to Kansas to settle in Kansas, he dreamed of a peaceable life. Some good cattle, a few head of cattle, a home and a sweet loving wife. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Now he wasn't partial to being a marshal, but fate went and dealt him his hand. While outlaws were looting and killing and shooting, he knew that he must take a stand. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. He cleaned up the country, the Wild West country. He made law and order prevail, and none can deny it. The legend of Wyatt forever will live on that trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. And long may his story be told.
I think we're going to do the chorus a cappella. Do it a cappella, Johnny B.
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. All right.
Well, you said it was an a cappella song, so why not? Hey.
Well, it came true. His story has long been told.
And with Avon doing such a great high part, I got to sing bass for a change. I wonder why I never heard that song.
Well,
because that movie was, I was 2 years old.
Yeah. I remember as a kid.
I was 4 when it started. And I was 4 when it started. But I remember it. I do remember it.
I remember learning, and we sang it,
Yeah.
Kids in school would.
And you know what? Wyatt Earp was an amazing person.
Oh, yeah.
He had one brother killed, another brother grievously wounded. He was never, in all the gun battles he was ever in, he was never wounded at all, not even slightly. Never wounded.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
They claimed that long coats that he wore
confused
had
them.
sheets of metal and all in them.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah. That's why they were so straight all the time. If you notice his jackets in all of his movies.
Well, who was your favorite? Who was your favorite Doc Holliday in all these?
Oh, Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
Yeah. I'm your Huckleberry.
I gotta agree with you on that.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry. And that scene when he kills Johnny Ringo, I think that's what that other character was, and they're walking in a circle, just right back, and he pops him in the head, and then he yells, "Come on now, come on, come on, come on!" Just eerie, weird. It was just awesome.
Insanity.
And I read that Val Kilmer ad-libbed.
Oh, did he?
He ad-libbed that whole thing right there, and they said it was great. Just do it.
Oh, man.
So, one of the most popular westerns of all time would have to be what?
Maverick. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That one with Dean Martin in it.
That had as
James.
as Bart. See, was he Bart or Brett? The lead.
Let's see. Is Brett Bart? I guess he was Bart. No, he was. I don't know. I can't remember.
Somebody help me here. Anyway, James Gardner
he
was the
played-
lead. Jack Kelly played his brother, either Brett or Bart, and his other brother was played by Roger Moore.
That's right, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore,
Yeah,
James
it was in
Bond.
Maverick. It
James
was in
Bond.
Maverick.
And he was great.
Wow.
There was a lot of comedy, a lot of humor.
Oh yeah,
Sophisticated humor.
it was a
in that.
very tongue-in-cheek Western.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie where he played, where he was in it, where Mel Gibson played Maverick?
Yeah, and what's her name?
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Now, was the Virginian a spinoff of Maverick?
I don't think so.
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
Maverick was a gambler. He was a gambler, and
Well, they gambled in the
Opinion's about a
Virginian,
rancher.
too.
Opinion's about
Well,
a rancher.
everybody gambled.
Back in the West, you didn't go to the saloon and drink a beer and gamble. There wasn't no need in going.
So from 1957 to 1962 on what's channel?
ABC.
Written by David.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. No.
This song was written by David Buttolph.
Watch it.
Buttolph. Y'all tell me how to pronounce it.
Then you look behind
Buttolph.
me.
We'll say it Buttolph. He also did write the theme song to the Virginian, to Laramie, to 77 Sunset Strip. and
That
many
was the
others.
connection I was thinking
That's
of.
it.
77 Sunset Strip.
Who is the tall, dark stranger there? Maverick is the name. Riding thrill to who knows where. Luck is his companion. Gambling is his game. Smooth as a handle on a gun. Maverick is the name. Wild as the wind in Oregon. Blowing up a canyon. Easier to tame. Riverboat, ring your bell. Fare thee well, Annabelle. Luck is the lady that he loves the best. Natchez to New Orleans, living on Jackson, Queens. Maverick is a legend of the West. Riverboat, ring your bell. Fare thee well, Annabelle. Luck is the lady that he loves the best. Natchez to New Orleans, living on Jackson, Queens. Maverick is the legend of the West. Maverick is the legend of the West.
Maverick is the legend of the West. Okay.
You remember that now, don't you, Mick?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. 57, when it started, you'd have been...
I was born in 57.
Born in 57.
Yes, sir.
So when
Yes,
it went
sir.
off in 62, you was only 5.
Mm-hmm.
So were you watching it at 5?
Dude, I don't know. I do good to remember last week.
Now, when it came on in 57, Avent, you would have been, you'd been about 9, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think more like 7, 8.
More like 9. 57.
Barbara Prater, happy birthday to you, darling, in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
You're 3 years older than me, and I was 6. Duh. You don't know when you're born?
Well, first of the year.
Hey, after a while, we want to forget.
Well, I told you last week it's time to start lying about you already.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
got to start.
Cooper.
I won't never lie about it.
Cooper.
I'm glad to be here.
Cooper.
It's 4 today.
What did the Cowboys say? This is a softball, guys. What did the Cowboys say at his second rodeo?
What did the Cowboys say at his second? Well, Cooper does play baseball and golf. Him and his dad are big golfers.
Second rodeo.
And what did he say at his second rodeo?
Yippee-yellow-ki-yay.
Well, we've already said get along, little doggy.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Golly, Brian, save us.
I couldn't have tossed y'all a bigger softball than that, and y'all struck out. So we've got to take another break here because Brian will not allow us not to.
After that, we need to regroup.
And then we shall, Lord willing, return.
This is Dr. David Morris with Magnolia Medical Center. Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, burning pain, balance problems, and decreased quality of life? Magnolia Medical Center can help.
Magnolia Medical Center in Murfreesboro. Online at magnoliamedicalcenters.com.
Chip Walters here with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. I was named a top 10 agent in the #1 Exit Realty office in America in 2021. The top question I get around town, how's the market? Good question. And the answer's changed a few times this year alone. I'd like to know what you've heard and share some solid data we have. Give me a call and let's have a cup of coffee and take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood. All my contact info is right on my website, choosechip.net. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstireprostn.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Seniors Helping Seniors in-home care services.
This is Danielle Rutherford with Seniors Helping Seniors.
Seniors Helping Seniors has helped me with a variety of tests.
We keep you living safely and independently.
Online at shsmiddletn.com.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And we're back. Thank you, folks. We're going to just jump right in there because I got several Western theme songs to go, Micker. So unfortunately, I'll have to dispense with the jokes to get these in.
Well, I'm sure the audience appreciates that.
Gosh.
Oh, Brian is crying over there over this.
All right. Now on CBS's number one Western series was Have Gun Will Travel.
Mm-hmm.
That hired gun paladin, played by Richard Boone, you remember?
Richard Boone. It's like a Twilight Zone of Westerns.
Yes, it was cool.
It was very cool.
And a very young, aspiring songwriter, Western songwriter, appeared in one of the very first episodes. His name was Johnny Western. And to thank Richard Boone for that, he gave him the beginnings of a theme song entitled The Ballad of Paladin. And who helped him finish writing it? None other than Richard Boone himself. So Richard Boone and a gentleman named Sam Rolfe are listed as co-writers with Johnny Western. Johnny Western sang it, they liked it, they recorded it, and starting the second season, it was for the remaining 5, it went 6 seasons, it was the theme song for that. And Johnny Western is still alive and bringing it, about 88 years old.
Well, good for him.
That's cool.
Morning, Lynn. Miss Janice. They keep popping in, Johnny B.
Paladin, Paladin, where do you roam? Paladin, Paladin, far, far from home. Have gun will travel, reads the card of a man. A knight without armor in the savage land. His fast gun for hire, he's a calling wind. A soldier of fortune is a man called Paladin, 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 where do you roam? Join me, guys.
Paladin, Paladin, far, far from home.
He travels on to wherever he must. A glass knight of silver is his badge of trust. There are campfire legends that the plainsmen sing of the man with the gun, of the man called Paladin. Paladin, Paladin, where do you roam? Paladin, Paladin, far, far from home. Far from home. Far from home. Far from home.
Far from home.
Far from home.
That's a great one.
Paladin.
That has to be one of my all-time favorites. Now, hearkening back to Cheyenne, which remember began in '55, and it was a colossal hit. I mean, huge. And so in '58, since it was third year, it was time to renegotiate Clint Walker's contract. And Warner Brothers tried to put a very onerous, very greedy, Warner Brothers greed contract on him, including, among other provisions, number one, any personal appearance he made, no matter what he was doing, he had to pay 50% of what he made back to Warner Brothers.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like the deal Elvis made with the Colonel.
Number two, Clint Walker had a great singing voice, and he did some records, and they said, any music you record has to be on Warner Brothers music. So he walked off the show.
Whew.
He left. So what did they do? They bring in a new character named Bronco Lane. But it's still running every week, hour-long series of Cheyenne, but now they've just made some explanation of where Cheyenne Bodie was, and here's this new character, Bronco Lane, who roams the country meeting all these famous historical characters, Billy the Kid and all these people. But this is what's really interesting about it. Remember these names, Mac David and Jay Livingston, who wrote this theme song. They were prolific in writing theme songs for Westerns and others. And we'll give you some more here in just a second.
You know what they say? That's show business.
So 58 through 62. Now what happened was, obviously, Warner Brothers came to their senses. Clint Walker comes back to the series, and it begins alternating. They spin off Bronco as its own series. This is in 58, and it's alternating with Cheyenne every other week. Then Warner Brothers releases Sugarfoot. And so one week it'd be either Bronco or Sugarfoot, and every other week was Cheyenne. Cheyenne got every second week, but Bronco and Sugarfoot would alternate. And so with Cheyenne, but they didn't get 2 weeks a month. They only got, basically one, or how it rotated. But Cheyenne got every other week, and they rotated the other week. So isn't that weird how they did that?
It's weird.
Let's see how it goes. Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane. Down around the old Panhandle, Texas is where he grew to fame. There ain't a horse that he can't handle, that's how he got his name. Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane. Next to a four-square Texas twister, you'll call a cyclone beacon mile. You've never seen a twister, mister, till someone gets him riled. Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane. Show me me a gal who's kissed him once. I'll show you a gal who's kissed him twice. Once a city gal has kissed him twice. She's dreaming of shoes and rice. Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane. Bronco, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain. Bronco, Bronco, Bronco Lane. Bronco Lane. Bronco Lane. And who played Bronco?
Lane.
Ty Hardin.
Ty Harding, that's right.
Ty Hardin. So let's skip over to do Sugarfoot real quick, since it alternated with that and it's related to it. Sugarfoot was a step below a Tenderfoot.
Sugarfoot was the name of a band too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where is that?
That's right. It's on the back of
Help Haven. He's
the Rebel. Johnny Juba.
There it is.
Since this ran on ABC from 59 through 61, now again, it was alternating with Bronco, and then the second week, or the fourth, whatever, Cheyenne. But they discontinued it in 61, so then only Bronco and Cheyenne were back to alternating. Let's see if I can remember this thing. ABC from 59 through 61. You were 2, I guess.
Very good.
God, can I remember this? Sugarfoot, Sugarfoot, easy loping, cattle roping, Sugarfoot, carefree as the tumbleweeds, a jogging along with a heart full of song and a rifle and a volume of the law. Sugarfoot, Sugarfoot, never underestimate a Sugarfoot. Once you get his dander up, ain't no one who's quicker on the draw. You'll find him on the side of law and order, from the Mexicali border to the rolling hills of Arkansas. Oh, Sugarfoot, Sugarfoot, easy loping, cattle roping, Sugarfoot, riding down to Cattle Town, a jogging along with a heart full of song and a rifle and a volume of the law. Oh, Sugarfoot, Sugarfoot, easy loping, cattle roping, Sugarfoot, riding down to Cattle Town, a jogging along with a heart full of song and a rifle and a volume of the law. A rifle and a volume of the law. A rifle and a volume of the law. And the reason that's in there, he was an aspiring, he wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh.
So he carried law books and studied the law as he traveled. But, you know, he never really became a lawyer. But he was aspiring in one. But he would always quote the law. He knew the law, so he would tell people, that's against the law. And he'd cite it to a specific citation, you know. So, who remembers Lawman?
Oh, yeah.
Going back to ABC, and guess who wrote the Lawman theme song? Jerry Livingston. Same one we just talked about. He wrote Bronco and all these others.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the years these shows were on. You know, no wonder they give so much credit to Bonanza and Gunsmoke, because they were on forever compared to these movies.
Exactly. Exactly. You remember who played it? John Russell. Remember John Russell?
And who was the paramour in?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Yeah, she was.
Who was that? You gotta hustle here.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, but
anyway, John Russell.
Nobody beats Miss Kitty.
No,
John Russell.
Miss
He was
Kitty.
only 70 when he died, but his next to last movie ever was Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood. He played this evil Marshal Stockburn.
Yeah.
And his evil deputies.
And had those long coats on.
That's right. And Clint Eastwood did him in big time. Yeah. But he looked bad.
Make my day.
Big old lantern jaw.
Another Jerry Livingston song. In case we don't get to the others, give me a few of this theme songs he wrote. Bronco, 77 Sunset Strip, Lawman, of course, Hawaiian Eye, Surfside 6, The Hanging Tree, The Ballad of Cat Ballou, and the famous Mr. Ed theme song.
No kidding.
Was written by Jay Livingston.
Wow.
A horse is a horse,
of course, of course.
Lawman, lawman, the lawman came with the sun. There was a job to be done, so they sent for the badge and the gun of the lawman. And as he silently rode, where evil violently flowed, they knew he'd live or he'd die by the code of the lawman. Lawman, lawman, the man who rides all alone, and all that he'll ever own is just a badge and a gun. He's known as the lawman, as the lawman, as the lawman.
All right.
We're going to get these in, guys.
The lawman.
We're going to skip Johnny Yuma just for a second because we can get them in. We can get them in. What folks don't know, here is another song written by Jay Livingston, the theme song to the second longest running Western of all time. It was on NBC. What was it? The second longest Western of all time. Gunsmoke was first, ran 20 years. This ran
Bonanza?
Bonanza.
Yeah, that got to be the two, one and two, right?
But
there,
here's what folks don't realize. Jay Livingston also wrote this theme song. Brian, come on now, give us a break here. We gotta hurry.
Yeah, I gotta plug some venues too. Me and Aver's got some gigs this week.
It was okay, and here's the thing: this song was written with lyrics, and the original plan was to have the family. You remember they're riding up into the camera as they were playing the theme song? The original idea was for the family to be singing the theme song, but they thought that was too campy, so they made it just an instrumental. But not only Lorne Greene recorded a version of it, Pernell Roberts, and Johnny Cash.
I'm sorry, but I cannot picture Hoss riding up with those other three guys singing a song.
We chased daily luck till we finally struck Bonanza. With a gun and a rope and a hat full of hope, we planted a family tree. We got a hold of a pot of gold bonanza. With a horse and a saddle and a range for the cattle, how rich can the fellow be? On this land we put our brand, Cartwright is the name. Fortune smiled the day we filed the Ponderosa claim. Here in the West we're living the best bonanza. If anyone fights any one of us, he's gonna pick a fight with me. Austin, Joe, Adam know every trick and pine. No one works, fights, or eats like those boys of mine. Here we stand in the middle of a grand bonanza. With a gun and a rope and a hat full of hope, we planted our family tree. Oh, we got a hold of a pot of gold bonanza. With a house full of friends where the rainbow winds, how rich can a fellow be? On this land we put our land, Cartwright is the name. Fortune smiled the day we filed the Ponderosa claim. Here in the West we're within the best bonanza. With the friendliest, fightingest, lovingest band that evermore will be. We're the friendliest, fightingest, lovingest band that no one will ever see. Woo!
Now that's the song.
Brown can take us out as we just go out with one we already did, but we'll, from Nick Adams, Johnny Cash sang the theme song, and we'll go out with this. Johnny Yuma was a rebel.
He was?
He roamed through the West. But Johnny Yuma, the rebel, he wandered alone. He got fighting mad, this rebel lad. He packed no star as he wandered far, where the only law was a hook and draw. The rebel, Johnny Yuma, Johnny Yuma, the rebel.
He was.
He roamed through the West. And Johnny Yuma, the rebel, he wandered alone. He searched this land, this restless land. He was panther quick and leather tough. If he figured that he'd been pushed enough, the rebel,
Johnny Yuma.
Oh, Johnny Yuma was a rebel. He roamed through the West. And Johnny Yuma, the rebel, he wandered alone. He got fighting mad, this rebel lad, with a dream he'd hold till his dying breath. He'd search his soul and gamble with death. The rebel,
Johnny Yuma,
the rebel, Johnny Yuma, the rebel, Johnny Yuma. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Brian, for letting us go over. Thanks for the requester of the Western theme song. We had a blast. God bless you, Lord willing. See you next week.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.